All right, welcome back. Today we are getting into the real heart of what makes any business tick. We're talking about the blueprint, the two core pillars that every single successful idea is built on, knowing your customers and knowing what you're offering them. So let's just dive right in.
Think about it for a second. We've all seen it happen, right? A brilliant idea, a super clever product that just fizzles out and disappears. The tech was cool, the team was passionate, but it just didn't work. So what gives? What was missing?
Well, more often than not, it comes down to something surprisingly simple. They forgot to ask two fundamental questions. They got so excited about their idea that they skipped the most important part. And today, we're going to unpack exactly what those questions are.
See, it all boils down to this incredibly simple but powerful little formula. Who plus what equals success? The two questions you have to nail down are number one, who are you serving? And number two, what value are you actually creating for them? If you can get that right, you've built a rock-solid foundation.
So let's tackle that first pillar, the who. I mean, you can have the greatest invention in the history of the world, but if you're trying to sell it to the wrong people, or worse, trying to sell it to everybody, you're basically just shouting into the wind.
And this is where the term customer segment comes in. This isn't just some vague concept of people. No, a customer segment is a specific, well-defined group of people who share similar needs or behaviors. They are your target.
Because once you really understand that group, what they care about, what keeps them up at night, you can tailor everything. Your product, your marketing, your pricing, it all gets laser-focused to meet their needs. It's not about excluding people, it's about having a crystal clear, strategic focus.
Okay, so that makes sense. But how do businesses actually do this? I mean, people are complicated. How do you start grouping them into these neat little segments? Well, there are a few common ways to slice it.
And there's a huge range of strategies here. You could aim for a mass market, like Coca-Cola does. They pretty much want everyone on the planet as a customer. Or you could do the complete opposite and focus on a niche market. Think Rolex, who's targeting a very, very specific type of buyer. And here's the thing. Both of these strategies can be wildly successful.
All right, we've got the who figured out. So now it's time to flip over to the other side of the coin, pillar two, the what. What are you actually bringing to the table for this specific customer segment?
And that brings us to your value proposition. Now let's be clear. This is not just a list of your product's features. It's the promise you make to your customer. It's the reason they should care. It's the answer to that one question that's always in the back of their mind, what's in it for me?
And crafting a great one isn't some kind of magic. There's a formula to it. You have to clearly identify the problem you're solving for them. Then you state the specific benefit they get. After that, you give them a compelling reason to choose you over all the other options. And finally, you have to communicate all of that so simply that they get it instantly.
Okay, so now we have our two pillars standing tall. Our customer segment, the who, and our value proposition, the what. But this next part, this is where so many businesses trip up.
How do you actually know for sure that the thing you're building is something your target customers actually want? I mean, how do you avoid that nightmare scenario of spending months or even years building something that nobody cares about? You need a bridge between your two pillars.
And this is that bridge. It's called the Value Proposition Canvas. And honestly, this tool is a total game changer. It's a visual map that forces you to connect your customers' real-world problems and desires directly to the features you're building. This is how you guarantee that perfect fit.
Now, I know this can all feel a bit abstract, so let's make it super concrete. Let's take a look at a company that has absolutely mastered this whole blueprint, Spotify. Yeah, let's pop the hood on Spotify, because they are a brilliant example of a company that serves multiple, very different customer segments, and they pull it off by creating a perfectly tailored value proposition for each one.
Just look at how clear and elegant this is. For their free users segment, the value proposition is super simple. Access a gigantic library of music for free. You just have to listen to some ads. Easy. Then you've got the premium subscribers. For them, the value is all about control and an upgraded experience. No ads, offline listening, you name it. But then they have a whole other customer segment, the artists. And for them, the value is totally different. It's access to a massive global audience and tons of data. It's an amazing ecosystem where each segment actually helps the others grow. It's brilliant.
So here's the big takeaway. The next time you have an idea or you're working on a project, stop thinking about features first. Instead, ask yourself this one crucial question. What job are my customers really hiring my product to do for them? If you can answer that, you're not just on the right path, you're way ahead of the game.